Hello everyone, my name is Jen and welcome to the Book Refuge, and I am really excited about the vlog that I'm going to be bringing you today. I'm going to try to do this vlog all in either 1 or 2 days because I really just want to binge these, and I'm pretty excited about this. As you can tell from the title, this is going to be a vlog of me reading 5 smutty manga. I don't know if manga is the right term for everything because this is the first time I'm literally ever holding manga in my hands at all. I own one manga that is one of the like classics retelling. Like I have a Pride and Prejudice manga, and otherwise I've never held one before. But I know that there are some smutty ones. I know there are some romance ones, some sweet, some spicy. I know these exist. My friend Madison from The Princess of Paperback, she has quite a few videos about manga, specifically some romance ones. And I literally randomly 3 days ago, I was in Barnes & Noble and I was like, I want to walk through this. And so I pulled up one of her videos and I was watching it, and then I watched another one while I was literally walking down the aisles, and I picked up some different ones. I also found some on Mercari, and I ended up ordering the whole current run of one of them. So I figured if I didn't like it, I was like, well, I'll just resell it if I don't like it, but I'm pretty excited about these. So again, I don't know if I'm going to be like calling these the right names. Please give me some grace. This is literally the first time. I know there are some different like titles for things. Like I've seen like Josei is one. I know there's a different name if it's like a sapphic romance, like, but I don't know all those terms yet. So again, please have grace for me. This is literally going to be a brand new experience and I'm going to try. So also I got the idea of doing like an I Read 5. This is a pretty popular video like concept I've seen go around. Like I personally first saw Chandler Ainsley do this. She's done a shit ton of these with all different subgenres and reading like Goodreads books that are on lists and just all over the place she's read. I've also seen someone, Clockwork Reader, do this, as well as my friend Lacey. So I've seen a lot of people do this, and I thought it could be a good way to experience this. So I'm going to show you the 5 that I'm planning to do. There also are 2 others that I may read on my e-reader. But the point is, in this vlog, I want to read at least 5. I also might end up loving one of them and want to read a bunch more. But the goal is in this vlog, there will be 5. So I want to get through this intro quickly so that I can do clips about them. And for each one, I want to try to do like a midpoint and then an end point. But we'll see. Because I have a feeling I'm going to get through these rather quickly, which is why I wanted to do this kind of all in one day. If you don't know, like if this is your first time coming across my channel, I usually do my vlogs are exclusive for my Patreon. I don't vlog on this channel really at all except for special events because I like to keep that special to my patrons. But I have a free day in these last like 2 days of September, which never really happens because I've been pretty drowned in work that I needed to get done. Excuse me, I need a drink of my coffee. But I wanted to do this really bad. So these are the 5 that I picked. 3 of these are ones that I got from Madison's videos, and 2 of them are ones that I just found and they were wrapped and said they had the parental advisory. So I was like, I'm going to take that as it being a good smutty time. So let's go through these real quick and we'll get into it. So the first 3, which are ones Madison recommended. So I am pretty sure this is the only volume of this one, and it's so beautiful. And it's I'll Never Be Your Crown Princess. And it says the art is by Natsu Kuroki, the story is by Saki Tsutsugami, and the character design is by N Tatsumori. And I apologize for all of that, but there's this one. I've heard Madison talk about this a lot, and I was like, I want to read this so bad. And it says in the back, there's Liddy, who was Japanese in her previous life, is now the daughter of a duke and engaged to marry a crown prince, Frederick. It sounds like a dream come true, except this is a world that practices polygamy, and Liddy refuses to marry a man with multiple wives. To sabotage the engagement, she loses her virginity to a stranger, but that plan is thwarted by a surprising revelation. What will happen to Liddy next is this hot fantasy romance. So there is this one, and it says only appropriate for teens 17 plus. So this is beautiful. I'm very excited for this one. Oh, look, here's some color pictures right inside. So I want to read that one. She also recommended Black or White, and this one says story and art by Sakumo, and I believe this is a gay romance. And I actually have the first two of this one because I just thought they were so cool, so I hope I like this. This one says, Shin is a brand new actor, unfairly typecast as a villain, and his secret lover since college is a rising star who often gets the roles of the heartthrob good guy. With Sing's popularity on the rise and Shin's awkward personality making him resemble the villains he plays, the two can't risk being seen together for fear of tainting Shing's image. And to complicate matters further, their relationship has lacked physical intimacy since their disastrous first time together. Oh my gosh, so they've been secret boyfriends but haven't been intimate? Oh, that makes me sad. Every good role needs its conflict, but will this couple call it a wrap when they suddenly find themselves in the spotlight? So this one says M for mature, but it was a parental advisory, so we'll see. I really love the black and white of this. That's really cool. So we shall see. One of the things I'm interested to see about these, and probably what I'm kind of like the most nervous about, is how I'll actually feel about the romance plot. I know that I might like the romance plot of some of the sweeter ones more. Because I wanted to give myself the best chance, I did pick some pretty, like, I tried to find the smuttiest ones I could, which is a choice. I know this is a choice, but I know there's some that people like the romance in better, that are sweeter, and if this goes well, like, the world's my oyster here. I'm not committing myself to anything specific. And then of course, I had to get Yakuza Lover, and this is the one that I actually have like the whole run coming, because my Barnes & Noble had book 1 and then 3, 4, 5 of it. I think there's only 5 out right now. And this one says it's a Sojo beat. That's cool. Anyway, sorry, I'm getting distracted by the pretty things. And so I went on Mercari and I found a listing that had book number 2. And then I found a listing of 3 through 5. And the total I spent on all of those ones was like $25. So I have the whole run coming. That's what I mean, is like, I hope that I like these because then I'll have the whole set. And if I don't, again, I'll just resell it. It's fine. So Yakuza Lover, I've heard this one gets going right away. This is probably the one I'll start with. And so this one says, a feisty college student, Yuri, is attacked at a party. She's saved by Toshiomo Oya, the underboss of a Yakuza syndicate. Despite her previous attraction to him, she convinces herself that she's not in the market for a bad boy type. But when they meet again, she finds herself irresistibly drawn to him, kicking off a steamy and dangerous love affair that threatens to consume her body and soul. After the attack at the party, Yuri goes to see Oya to thank him for saving her, and as much as she hates to admit it, she can't deny their attraction. However, when tragedy strikes, Yuri attempts to turn her back on Oya and his dangerous lifestyle for good, but will the allure prove too great to resist? So already excited about how these look, and I can't wait to read that one. Okay, and then these two are the ones that I just found because they were wrapped and said they were explicit. And then one of these particularly, I told Madison I was going to do this, and she's like, okay, which ones did you pick? And she was like, I'm very interested to see what you'll think of this one, but I really like dark romance, so she said I might like this. And so I have Jealousy, which this one's from Sublime as well, and I'm pretty sure Sublime must be like gay romance, because I think this one is gay romance as well. Like there's also Ropes, which made me excited. And I believe this has like Daddy King in it from some flipping through. So interested about that. So this one, okay, I cannot pronounce this name. I'm so sorry. I'm sure I'm not pronouncing any of them right, but I'm about as white girl American as you can get. So I'm so sorry, but I'm horrible at this. Okay, so this one says Yuchi Rogi is in a bind, both literally and figuratively. When he meets Akatora Oyamato, the Yakuza head, who's come to collect a debt from Yuki's lover, instantly smitten, Yuki concocts dubious and often dangerous schemes to get closer to the man. But his lies come at a heavy price, one he may regret having to pay for Akitora's affections. So, this one, she said, I might have interesting thoughts about. So we'll see. We'll see how I feel about jealousy. And then this one I'm kind of excited about. This one's called Power Play, it says on the back. This one's called Ladies on Top, story and art by that name right there that I won't even attempt. And just, I loved this. This one was on a table and it was wrapped and I was like, oh my God, what is this? And then I read the back. This one said, Mizuki looks like an ordinary office lady, cute, quiet, and looking for Mr. Right. But while she yearns for love, traditional romance where men take the lead just leave her cold. Then, at the age of 24, Mizuki discovers Shinomiya, a seemingly perfect co-worker who likes aggressive women, and she experiences a fiery awakening. Together, Mizuki and Shinomiya learn that reversing traditional gender roles can be both liberating and exciting. So, this is a dominant female romance. So, these are the 5 manga that I think I will do for this. Again, if any one of them maybe like doesn't really vibe with me, well, I'm going to just read these ones for this, but I do have those other 2 I'm interested in, as well as if I end up wanting to continue any of these, maybe we'll do more of these. So this intro clip is way longer than I wanted it to be, but I wanted to share them all because when I pop in later, I might not go in as deep. So let's see how this day goes. I am so excited to dive into something new and I can't wait to see how it goes. Okay, we'll see you later. All right, so I actually finished the first volume of Yakuza Lover. I think I'll probably just check in after I finish each one because they go really fast once you're in them. This only took me about an hour. If I wouldn't have got distracted by other things, it would have been even faster. But this was pretty cute. I'm definitely glad I ordered the other ones. There was a pretty good like cliffhanger for the next one. But yeah, this one, like I said, this was about Yuri, who's a college student, and Toshiomi Oya, who's the underboss. And they meet when he kind of rescues her at a college party. And then he gives her his card and he can't stop thinking about her. And he gives her his coat as well. And so she goes to like bring him back his coat. And he's like, oh my gosh, I couldn't stop thinking about you. I want you to be my lover. And she's kind of like, I gotta think about it. You're a dangerous guy. And then she's like, just kidding. I'll totally be with you. You're hot. And there are like assassination attempts of him and people, you know, different people trying to fuck with him. And he's just like super badass. And it was really cute. The first things to just have to get like used to in these is like, you know, as it is with any kind of like graphic form of storytelling, a lot of like inference that has to be made. Like there's a lot of like time jumps and there's a lot of like we're doing something in one panel and then we just jump ahead and we don't know how we got there. There's also a lot of like some really like weird images that get done, which is, I know, just the style, but I'm just commenting on what I'm noticing as someone who this is my first time reading it. You know, there'll be these really beautiful sexy panels and then like, where's one of these that was just super weird? There will be these like really cool panels and then they like the people make this like super ugly face and it's just like a style that like you're not used to, but I know it's supposed to show like the comedy of moment or something like that. So I don't know, this was really cute. I don't know how to like rate this necessarily since it's literally the first one I read. I haven't compared it to anything, you know. I'm not comparing it to other like mafia things, and I'm also not comparing it to anything else. So I don't know. I'm marking these on Goodreads that I'm reading. I didn't dislike what I was reading. I'll probably just put it as like a 4. As for regards to like spice rating with this, there definitely was like 2 or 3 sex scenes in here. These ones weren't like overly graphic. What was honestly the most graphic was their kissing. There's literally panels where like his tongue is just like sticking out, touching hers, and there's like saliva dripping off of it. But he also went down on her and says that she was a squirter. So I was like, wow, they're having some wild sex. But it also wasn't like super inappropriate, explicit. You know what I mean? Like this one's marked as, well, I don't think that this one wasn't a wrapped one. I don't think, anyway. I don't think so. I can't remember now. But okay, so this one was a mature rating. It wasn't like explicit because, yeah, there was a few like boobs, but they weren't the like overly animated ones. Like Yuri has like a normal 20-year-old body type, I'd say. But anyway, so yeah, 1 is done. That's awesome. Next, I think I'm gonna go for the Ladies on Top, which this is one, again, like I haven't seen any reviews of this one. I think this one is like brand new, from what I've seen. So yeah, I'm gonna give Ladies on Top by this name that I won't even try to say a go, and I'll check in with you when I finish that one. Okay, it's another hour later and I finished another one. So, oops, that's bummy. I also just ordered some lunch. I haven't ordered takeout in a long time, but you know, I'm feeling the Asian vibe. So I ordered from my favorite Asian restaurant, and that's on its way to me. So I'm excited about that. But I thought I'd do an update quick. So I finished Ladies on Top, and I mean, this definitely is just the beginning. This one, funnily enough, this one was very slow moving compared to Yakuza, which felt like Yakuza Lover, which felt like it went a million miles an hour. Like these two, they've been dating for a while. They're wanting to get intimate. She always feels uncomfortable when men make the first move. It says her skin crawls and she doesn't like it. And he isn't comfortable with being the one initiating sexually. And in fact, he has been looking at porn that involves women dominating men, and he feels a lot of shame about that. So like there's definitely a lot of like basic ideas about sexuality roles, and I'm sure a lot of this is like a culture difference for me. Like, I mean, all this is, that's why I'm excited to be trying it and looking into it. So when I look at this as like the beginning to a story, I was getting really frustrated through like the first half of this with just the level of miscommunication and like hurt that the other one is doing to the other by not explaining themselves. But when there's a lot of like shame involved in that, and him not feeling manly enough and being told he needs to take her like a man, and you know, not being able to, and like losing his erection when he's the one initiating things, and then feeling ashamed when he gets turned on when like she's on top, like it's definitely a very confusing vibes they're sending each other, right? That's definitely happening. But where we get to by the end of it, there definitely is that like piqued interest where she finally is like, I don't need you to make the first move. I'm willing to lead. I just need you to trust me. And so I'm hoping that she'll do some more research, because to him, he kind of only saw like her leading as in being like her fucking him. He hasn't really seen it any other way. And she's like, well, I've never even actually led an experience, let alone if I were like pegging you, that could be bad to start that with. So there's a lot of ideas coming with this that were interesting, and I think I would at least read number 2. I don't know if any more of them have been translated yet, because I know there's 4 of them out, but I think this might be the only one that's been translated so far. I'd have to check, because I would read another one and see how it goes, because if this actually does lead to there being pegging in one of these, I would be very happy about that. That would be great. So yeah, we're done with that one. Now I don't know what to do next. I might do one of the gay romances next. Maybe I'll do black and white next, but my lunch is coming. I'm going to eat that, and then we'll see what I go into. Oh, by the way, I saw that all these had these, and I literally went and got it immediately so that I can use it with photos for when Juliet's book comes out. And I have no shame. One of my favorite authors has a book coming out called Resting Witch Face, and I'm excited. So, okay, 2 down, 3 to go. I'll check in when I finish the next one. Okay, so I had my lunch, and then I read Black or White by Sakimo. Again, sorry. So yeah, so this one is about Shin and Sing. Anyway, they've been friends since high school. They've been dating for over a year, or living together for a year. I don't know. They've been together for a while, but they haven't had sex, mostly because I think it's Shin is pretty terrified of that. And the one time they got close, it was when his partner was drunk and things were going too fast, and he actually had to like push his partner off of him, which was a bit traumatic. Like, there really are some trigger warnings for dubious consent in here. And when we actually get to a sex scene in here as well, I mean, they definitely show like the awkwardness of first times, but we have someone doing research. He's also learning how to like prep himself too, which is kind of interesting. I don't know, there's just so much. And there's one thing too that I've noticed in like all 3 of these, and I think I mentioned it in the last clip. You'll like be having a train of thought in one scene, and then we like cut away from it, and then maybe we go back to that other scene, and maybe we don't. And there's just something about that that's like very jarring. That's definitely the part that is like, I mean, obviously it feels like it's part of a TV show in a lot of ways, but it also feels very jarring when you're trying to be into a story or into a scene, and then they like cut you away from it to a scene that doesn't even feel relevant, and then like back in. And I'm not just blaming that on this one. It's happened in all 3 of them so far. So yeah, this one, I don't know quite how to feel. I do have the second one for this one, which I would continue and read. Their relationship gets to this place where like, the one hero who plays like the good he has been really popular so far, and the hero playing the villain, this is really his like first role where he's playing like the villain on this like, TV show, and he's getting popular for that. And like their popularity is kind of like starting to switch, and so the hero who normally plays the good prince, sorry, that's how I'm gonna keep saying it so that I don't keep butchering their names, he like comes to the conclusion that they need to break up, and that's not what has happened yet in this. Also, just like seeing the influence of outside forces on their relationship is kind of interesting. So yeah, this one, I don't quite know how to feel. I feel like this one's probably like a 3. I'm intrigued by their dynamics, but again, it's a matter of like not letting either person really explain how they feel about things. Like, so far, Yakuza Lover, the hero has been the best at explaining how he feels about the heroine, and that's because he's like 0 to 60 with her right away, and he was like, I want to be with you, I want to be your lover, all these things. So it's interesting. But yes, also I did get my mail, and I did get the volume 2 of Yakuza Lover in. I'm gonna wait to read this until I finish the other 2 that I'm doing for this vlog, but I will read this second one for sure, which again, I have the first 5, or I think 5 is what's out so far. I have all of those coming in the next couple days. So this one was still wrapped even too, so that's cool. Someone sold me like it was brand new basically. Ooh, this one has the has an ad for the Midnight Secretary. That's another one I wanted to try too. So anyway, so far Yakuza Lover is the one I like best. So next I think I'm gonna do Jealousy, because I think this one is going to be a dark mafia, like definitely darker than Yakuza Lover is, with some pretty intense themes, I think, in these. I know when I was looking at like the whole series, because Barnes & Noble had the whole series of this one, that it seemed intense. This one also looks like the longest one so far. And then I'll only have, I'm saving I'll Never Be Your Crown Princess for the last one, because I think I'm going to like that one the best. But yeah, this is where we're at. So 3 down, 2 to go, and I'm having a lot of fun, and it is only like 3:30, so I'll definitely get through all of these today, which is cool. So next up is Jealousy by Scarlett Barrico, which is cool, man. I'm excited for this one. So hi. Okay. Things have escalated just a little bit. All right, so now it's 6 p.m. and I finished Jealousy about an hour ago, and this definitely was the darkest one. I don't even fully understand everything that happened, but I think this might be my favorite. I don't know. It's tied with Yakuza Lover, because that one was a lot more fun, like I said, and I really enjoying that. But this one touched some of the parts of my dark heart, you know, as a dark romance reader. And it's very interesting because I think there's like 2 timelines that we're dealing with. One is present time, which I'm not sure what year present time is, because the past time starts, well, maybe that's it. The past time starts in 1989, and Yuchi, I'm sorry, he is in a bind, and he ends up crossing paths with a member of Yakuza, and he becomes kind of infatuated with him. The thing is, this Yakuza, he has a wife and a child, and he keeps putting himself in his path purposely, and he wants to become a member of the Yakuza because he wants to be closer to him. And he at the same time is like, I have a wife, so I'm not sure what you're doing. And so Yuchi comes up with this, like, I don't know if it's definitely not a fully fledged plan, but he goes about trying to kind of like infiltrate, I don't know if that's the thing, like, I'm not quite sure if he was a member of the same Yakuza, or like if it was a warring faction. It might be because there's also some Iranian drug lords who are mentioned too, so I'm not fully sure. Okay, I'm not fully sure with this, but the like twisted game of this, and like the use of sex as currency, but this time like a man doing it, like, is very interesting, and I liked it. And then when I finished that one, I wanted to take a little break before I read the last one, which I'm very excited to read. I'll Never Be Your Crown Princess, which I think I will finish that one very quickly. I mean, they've all been quick, but I had to run to the post office to drop off a package, and I might have went and spent another $70 on Manga. So, you know, yeah, I did do that. So let me just show you what I bought really quick. So the main reason why I went, though, is I went to pick up volume 2 of Jealousy because I have to know what happens next. I think this is Akitora, because he got injured at the end of the last one, so I'm pretty sure that's him. And I want to know more. They had the first 4 there, but I restrained myself because I found some other ones. Then on the table, they also had volume 6, which I assume this like just came out. As I said, I have through volume 5 that's shipping to me, so I was like, I better just get volume 6 because this is going to be the newest one and I'm going to want to read this. So I did that. Then I basically just went through and I was looking at all of the Sublime ones, which is, I believe, like, inside these it says, like, it's boy love. It's one of the things, but Sublime manga. And this one is called Birds of Shangri-La. And it's about, this one says, it's about a male brothel celebrating the glories of gay sex. Newly hired Apollo is in charge of getting the men ready for clients. So he's supposed to be what's called a tease. Sounds like a fluffer as well, except it's not for porn. The thing is, he is straight and he's a bit naive. And so Fee, one of the brothel's most sought-after prostitutes, goes about the task of getting him up to speed, but not before toying with him a bit. Too bad the rules of the brothel are clear. No orgasms, no penetration, and no falling in love. So what kind of freaking brothel is this? I'm so intrigued. So I grabbed the first 2 volumes of this. And then there was one other one that I had looked at when I was there last time, because I realized that I was getting a lot of the gay romance, which I love gay romance. It's fine. But I found this one that says Game Between the Suits, and this one is like a workplace romance between this woman Sayo and this guy Ryoshi, who gets hired, and they end up playing mind games with each other. So yeah, I just bought all those. So yeah, anyway, I'll be back with my final clip where we'll wrap this up and let you know my thoughts, and I'll like rank them all for you. But this has been great. I'm gonna take a little break to eat and everything again and probably watch a YouTube while I do that. One of my podcasts is up there. So anyway, quite a day it's been. Okay, hi. It is about 9:30. I did get distracted for quite a while. I had some paperwork stuff to catch up with, but I'm back and I finished I'll Never Be Your Crown Princess, and this one is officially my favorite of the day. I had a hunch that it would be. I literally want the next one so bad. Like, I want it so bad. I definitely did myself a disservice by picking a manga that only has 1 volume out in at least English right now. Although I don't even think the second one is out anyway. But I'm sad about that because this was such a great beginning. I love this couple. So as I said, like in the beginning, this is Liddy and Frederick, and this is a world where there's reincarnation, and Liddy has been reincarnated as a duke's daughter, who is also like the prime minister or something, and she's supposed to be in a marriage with Frederick. Sorry, my hair is like, what have you done today but sit on the couch and read? And the answer is nothing. Anyway, and in this world there's polygamy. Liddy doesn't want to be married to someone who doesn't have to be faithful to her because, you know, she's from a different world and wants to be with someone who loves her. And so she decides to lose her virginity. She goes to this masquerade ball where she hears there's a man who sneaks away with a different woman every night, or every time the party happens, and has sex. And she's like, that's gonna be it. I'm gonna lose my virginity in this world, and then I won't be able to marry the prince. And so she catches the eye of this person at the masquerade. They have sexy time, and then the next day the crown prince comes to meet her finally for the first time because she's been putting off meeting him, and it turns out this was the man she lost her virginity to. And then we see this story actually from his point of view, and like how he ended up at this masquerade party, why he looked different that night than he does today. And we learn about his great devotion that he has for her. And he says many times, like, I'm never going to let you go. You're mine now. Lots of those things. Like, the possessive energy coming off of this is amazing. And yeah, it was really great. I love to, this one has 2 colored pictures inside, which is really beautiful. I'm here for it. So I really love this one. I gave this one 4.5 stars. There was a lot of time spent, you know, like repeating the story on both sides and not enough like progression in the story made, but it is the first volume of something, and I'm, you know, very quickly coming to the realization of the limitations and kind of what you're going to get out of each, you know, like bind up of these. But I really enjoyed this, definitely. So what is my ranking? And then I'll tell you maybe some things that I'm discovering that I love and that I don't love, and I think I've kind of talked about that already. So from like an enjoyment level, as I said, this one would be number 1 for me. Then it would be Yakuza Lover. Then it would be Jealousy, and then Black or White, and then Ladies on Top. For which ones I think have the best story that I'm reading so far, I'd say it's these 2. Like, this one, as I said, this one is very dark, and from doing even like a tiny bit of research, which I was wanting to do so that I understood this story a little better, because like I said, this one really tugged at me powerfully, but I wanted to know more. I don't think that even though this is a boy love, you know, this is a sublime title, that it's all that romantic. And from what I've seen, this is actually a like prequel series to like another series that the hero in this one is a villain of. So, you know, I have this gut feeling that we're in for kind of tragedy with these 2. So, you know, I'm going to keep reading this. I bought the next one of these, as I showed you. I have a whole stack of other stuff to read, and it's going to be tough to switch away from it because I just want to dive head first. And, you know, that's why I wanted to do this vlog. I wanted to do this and see if I was missing out on something. And I mean, I can honestly say that I would. Out of these that I've read, what are the ones that I want to continue the most? That's the question. So as I've said, like, I do have the second one of this one bought as well, and I may do that one. I mean, I'm going to do that one and see how I feel. I don't know if this will be a series I continue. We'll see how the second one does. I'm absolutely going to continue this. If you can't tell from how much I loved it, it just might be a while because I need to wait for them to come out in English if I want to see them. I am going to continue this one. I went right out and bought the next one of these. As I said, we just saw the haul of that. Absolutely. Even if it ends up wrecking me. This has a lot of dark content that I like, and it was one of the sexier ones. And I just really liked that about it. This, I don't know that I will. I think I said this when I was reading it. I kind of want to continue it because I want to see if we get to actually have, well, I want us to actually get to a full sex scene for this couple and see what her being on top is actually like. Because so far, for being called Ladies on Top, she's been on top a couple times and it hasn't been working for him yet because he feels like shame from it, or, you know, can't like enjoy himself in it. And that is really kind of tripping me up a lot with that, because there was just so much shame in this first one, which I'm hoping, you know, we're going to be working through as this plot progresses. So will I continue this one? I also would at least read number 2, the same way I feel about this. Like, I would at least read the next one and see what they get me. And then I'm absolutely continuing this. And I gotta tell you, this is one I want to immediately continue. And I have the second one, and like I said, I'm gonna have books 3 through 6 by like tomorrow. I think I'm getting the other ones I'm missing, and I'll have volumes 1 through 6. I'm definitely gonna plow through these like ASAP. It's happening. I loved this. So yeah, so that was my experience with I Read 5 manga, and damn, I would say this is a success for me. I, of course, would love to know your romance recommendations for manga. You know, they don't have to be spicy, of course. I was looking for spicy today, and I will say that out of the 5, the spicy ones were, these 3 were the spiciest ones. This one definitely was for like erotic, for like erotic aspect. This one had the most sex in it. But like this one had one like very like detailed scene, and this one had a couple scenes, and I really loved their chemistry. So like I'm kind of all over. Like I am interested in like Sweat and Soap is one I'm interested in. I know that's a sweeter one. And there's some others that I've heard of too. So yeah, definitely tell me your recommendations if you've read some spicy manga. I'm definitely going to be reading more. Holy shit, I might be in trouble, guys. At least they're quick, and you know, I added 5 books to my September total that I maybe wouldn't have had without this. So I'm going to wrap this up because I do want to get this vlog edited and put up for my channel members. If you're new here, if you found me because of this vlog and you stuck around, that makes me super happy. I 100% review romance on this channel, and that is why the manga, I'm going for the romance stuff. But I've spent so much time in the manga section at my Barnes & Noble now that I'm like, man, there's a lot of cool shit over there. And maybe the reason I haven't been looking at it is because I've been trying to save myself, because I might be in trouble. I might be in trouble. How much money I've spent on manga in the last 3 days is ridiculous. But anyway, make sure you're subscribed to this channel. Let me know if you'd like me to do another one of these. I'm definitely stocking up on these. Let me know if I should do other themed ones, like should I pick 5 that are specifically, I think this is a josei, right? Is this one a josei? Let me know if you want me to specifically do, like, should I do I Read 5 gay romance? Should I do one of the other ones? Let me know if you want to see that, because I'm kind of all in right now. I also, again, want to shout out my friend Madison from the Princess of Paperback, who I used her videos heavily as also asking her some questions about things today. She definitely has a lot more videos talking about manga than I do. Also, one of my friends, Shay, she has a lot of videos on manga. She reads quite a bit, and now that I like know a bit more about what's going on, I'm definitely going to go check out even more of her videos too. So thank you so much for watching this. I regularly put up 3 to 4 videos a week on my channel, so make sure you're subscribed, and I'll see you next time. Bye.